Okay, so let's do another one. So I'm going to slide my wet print out of the way, and I'll move my template out of the way too so I don't get it dirty. And now it's the same idea. I may have enough ink out here. I'll apply more. Maybe I'll get a little bit more out. So the great thing is with this is you can always print more than you need. So there's kind of a learning curve where you'll have to figure out how much ink you need. Sometimes you'll put too much, sometimes too little, and then like Goldilocks, you'll get it just right, if anyone remembers that fairy tale. Okay, so again, I warm up my ink, put a bead down, and I roll this out. And I may need just a hair more. The only thing, the downside about this ink is it will dry pretty quickly, okay? So when we take a break, I'm gonna run down to my kitchen sink and wash this off. And I'll use, if I need to, just a little bit of dishwashing soap and cold water. Always cold water for cleaning, okay? So now I've got that kind of velvety texture on my brayer that I'm looking for. Maybe add just a touch more, make it a little faster, okay? And I can hear that good gentle kiss. No sloppy kisses. Oh, I almost forgot hickeys. Is anyone curious to hear about hickeys? All right, Sabrina and Sophia are like, what's a hickey? So if we get a little bit of debris on my ink or debris on my block, it becomes a raised area on top of the printing raised area, and it will print black with a white halo around it. So it's referred to as hickeys, although in some ways it sort of looks more like a pimple to me. So as I'm printing too, that's where I'll check, and in my video you'll actually see there's a point where I am removing a little bit of linoleum crumbs from my ink. So you want to keep things clean, no hickeys. Okay, so the same idea here. I'm going to do the crosstown shuffle. I'm going to go north to south. And as I'm working, you can see that the amount of ink on the brayer, hopefully you can see, will become less. So that's why I have to recharge and make sure I get enough ink on there. And it's really, printmaking to me is always kind of methodical. It's like apply ink to the block, recharge the brayer, repeat as many times as I need to. So this print is really small and it's an easy size to work with. I've made prints that are bigger than 8 feet, and that becomes a whole nother ball game to do this at that scale. Okay, so I've got the nice velvety surface all over my block. Let's see if, hold it up there if you can see. I also sometimes just check the sheen of it as well. Grab my template from behind. Put the block in place. Move that a little closer. Position my paper. Well, make sure I've got that smooth side of my paper. Position it like so. And then just let it fall down. Okay. And then I gently rub again so the paper sticks. And I'll also grab my cover paper. Okay, so I was thinking, what could I print with? What might I have around the house? I need something that's hard and smooth. So I grabbed one of my vitamins. Biotin is good for your hair, okay? And let's see if I can pull a print with that. So just rubbing this around. And you'll notice too, I tend to hold with my non-dominant hand a lot. So Nicholas's question was, could you do this with a heavy book? Probably not with a heavy book because you couldn't apply enough pressure, but any type of spoon, like a big metal spoon, a bottle that has texture on the bottom. Let's see how this is working. I think I'm getting some pretty good results here. It has to be something though that is hard and smooth. So if it has a lot of texture, let's say like even the bottom of this has those ridges, that wouldn't work because it would actually tear my paper. Okay, so let's set that to the side and check. Ooh, and I think, are we ready? And again, this process of actually lifting the paper is actually referred to as pulling the print. So my vitamin bottle worked really well. So how many of you guys have a vitamin bottle around your house? Betty Jean's like, yes. So if you haven't got, let me change my camera over again.